Alright, I'm going to make a tube here, and we're going to start with the lines tool, and we need to go on the orthographic view, and sometimes you got to click this button more than once. And we'll drag out here, and we're going to use the line tool, but we're going to need to use this snap to feedback grid, and we're going to select this, and we're going to select polyline. We need to space this out a little bit, so we use the numpad, the plus and minus key, to adjust the spacing. And we'll select one here and approximate the same on the other side and validate it. And we're going to go to the vertex modeling, and we're going to increase the smoothing, and then I'm keeping an eye on here. I'm just going to max this out, and I believe it'll max out at 21. And we'll validate it. Going to collapse the DG. I got a habit of doing that quite a bit. Sometimes you need to and sometimes you don't. Go to selection, 1/n, and we're going to set this to 2 and validate it, and we're going to drag this over to here. We're going to use a chamfer, select that to 1, and this is going to be the inside of our ribs here on our tube, and we're going to validate that, collapse DG, and we're going to right click and do this side here. And do this, repeat the same thing. I'll bring this kind of close and collapse DG. I use this white crosshair as a reference quite a bit, so I'm going to scoot this over on this side. I'm keeping an eye on the points here, and I usually keep these little square grids as a reference too, so I'm keeping this one over from the crosshair. And we're going to go back to the lines tool, and we're going to select this second one from the bottom. It's got the 2 points highlighted on it. I'm going to hold shift key and select here and drag out till it snaps and validate it. We're going to turn around, and we're going to make sure the universal manipulator's on, so we get these little handles. We're going to turn it down and hold the shift key till it snaps straight across. We'll go in the front view mode so you can see it snap straight across. And with the circle selected, we're going to select the extrude line, then select the line here. And there's our new tube. Alright, you will need to collapse the DG because we're going to use the bend tool, so use the lightning bolt here. This is not a necessity on this part, but you can do this here. I'm going to go ahead and select an edge straight up and down and loop it. And I'm going to extract it, and this is going to give me how many points. It's approximately 40 points, and I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Remember the 40 points, and we're going to use the arch tool here, 1, 2, 3, and we'll swing it around, tap spacebar so it's locked there, and we're going to give it 43. This will give it a little bit more smoother when it goes around. Okay, and when you go back over, select the tube and select the bend tool, then come back over and select the arch. We're going to collapse the DG. We don't need to see that no more there, and we'll bring this up right here in the center, so we'll just go ahead and center that out here. Alright, we're going to select underneath the bottom here, and we're going to select some edges. And we're going to loop it. We're going to go back in the top view mode, and I'm going to hold the control key and drag down just a little bit. As you can see, the y-axis is kind of tipped here. You can straighten it out now, or you can do it later. I'm going to leave one alone. I'm going to leave this here, and I'm going to hold the control key down again, and when I get here I'm going to go ahead and just straighten them out just a little bit, so it kind of eases in and kind of eases out, where it's, you know, starts to bend a little bit, then it straightens itself out. Maybe this might be a little bit better than straightening it out here at the beginning. That way it kind of gives it an even flow when it starts to straighten back out. It does have a little faceting in here. I don't know if you can see it. I'll switch this material. This got a little facet in here. This will go away. And as you can see, it's too the ribs are too round. I don't like that. So what I'll do is See, I just clapped the DG and you can see the faceting went way down here. So anyway, if I want to do so it's not so round, I'll just select the edges, the faces here, I'm sorry, and we'll select each one and loop it, and selection, convert faces, borders to edges. Once again, we're going to use a chamfer, and this is something you'll have to mess around with. I'm just going to leave this by default. Validate that, claps DG, and let's give it to some subdivision level and take a look at it. That's not too bad. It's got a little bit roundness to it, but and then again, it's not too soft, more like a rubber hose. And we can switch the material over here if you wanted to see it kind of we'll give this new material, and we're going to go to systems. Let's give this a little light color here. Okay, and spectacular. Specular, not spectacular. And I think that's going to work right there. But anyway, that's how you would make a tube here. And we can go ahead and also stretch these down a little bit. If we need to. I'm just going to hold the control key and bring these down just a little bit. And I'll collapse DG here. And there's your tube. And thank you very much.